Hello, my name is Zuriel, and today I will be giving you a review about the new it's not a new Netflix series, but season by season, my opinion on the African reality TV show called Young, Famous, and African. So let's get on with the points that I want to make on this show. So my first observations, my first opinion on the show is that it's a lot of drama. So if you're planning on watching this show is a lot of drama. But I'm not someone who's like really into drama, but if I'm like writing an essay or something, it's a good passer time to like watch and write my essays at the same time. But I'm going to go through basically a lot of mostly the big dramas that was there, part by part. I won't put the things on here because since this is like a smaller channel, I'm not really sure how things go with licensing issues, and so I'll just put the episodes and you could just watch it on your own. But basically, we're going to start off with the first drama that happened between episode 2 and 3, and that was the drama between Nadie, Diamond, and Zari. That's when we see Zari first get introduced because Connie decided to bring Zari in the circle because she wanted to know how does Zari get men stuck on her still, I guess. So basically, my whole opinion on the thing was that it was a bit messed up because number one, Zanny knows Nadie has a boyfriend or had a boyfriend at the end of season 2. She has a boyfriend at that current moment, but now you're introducing Diamond to Nadie knowing she has a boyfriend. And I felt that it was really bad for Nadie to have a boyfriend and still entertaining Diamond at the same time. I know sometimes when a guy, he's flirting with you, could get a little bit lost in the sauce and stuff like that. But that whole situation was messed up. And then for Zanny to bring in Zari right after she had introduced and making that situation awkward now, it was a bit messed up. That whole situation was a bit messed up. So yeah, I think at this point Zanny is a very big troublemaker and stuff. And yeah, Zanny is a big troublemaker. But now we're going to go on to the second drama that happened, the second big drama that happened, and that was, I have my notes right here. And that was the Zari and Annie argument that was between episode 4 and 5. So basically, that whole thing was also messed up. At the end of the day, Zari comes to Diamond party and talking. Annie's husband calls her while she's at the party. So, Annie, she's so excited. You can tell Annie loves her husband despite he cheated on her all the time. Annie's just head over heels. She's a kid on Christmas morning. She's just a kid early in Christmas morning. She's just happy. And she's like, oh, everybody look at my husband. Oh my gosh, my husband is calling me and stuff like that. And so he's passing the phone to everybody and then he sees Zari. And he's like, oh, let's put Zari on the phone. And stuff like that. Boss lady, put Zari on the phone or whatever like that. And Annie is like, oh, you know Zari? Oh, how you know Zari and stuff. And so basically, there was really nothing I saw bad that happened between that thingy. Annie was just curious. I think Annie even said that the reason why she was surprised that her husband never told her because now she's gonna look kind of clueless here. She doesn't know who this person is, but her husband knows who this person is. It makes her kind of look bad or whatever, in her opinion. And so basically you see next time when they have the tea party And that's where Nadi and Zari still have this tension. And Zari saying that she's not dating Diamond and stuff like that. She doesn't care anymore and things like that. I guess Zari says that, oh, Annie kept asking her, oh, how you know my husband? I mean, they didn't show that in the episode at the tea party, so we can't really say it's true or not. But all I know is that I did not see it, so I don't really understand where Zari gets that from. But then then we go down to Zari calling. I think Annie called everybody, or it was Swinky who called everybody at that rooftop. And Zari decides, okay, everybody was called to the rooftop. Then Annie with her husband comes after. Okay, after Annie and her husband had that little getaway to Green City. Don't remember. Green Light City. Whatever city that they went to. And he comes back and Zari pulls Tubaba, I guess that's what they call him, Tubaba, aside. Innocent. Zari pulls Innocent aside and is like, oh, I just wanted to pull you aside because, your wife is insecure. I guess she's acting a bit insecure and stuff. And that's when, as soon as the insecure, because I know insecure came out of Zari's mouth towards Annie, that was just a overstep of boundaries that Zari should have not taken. At the end of the day, that is not your spot to tell someone's husband that his wife is being insecure. I'm surprised Innocent did not say anything to her. Because if I had a husband, I would want my husband to tell her, why are you telling me this? What do you mean my wife is insecure? Why are you telling me this? Why don't you just have a conversation with her? Are you trying to start something? I would want my husband to do that on my behalf towards this person who is coming to try to say that I am insecure. Because probably Annie, she has had her ups and downs with Innocent. He has cheated on her several times. I don't know how many babies. Oh, probably 5, because she said her 5th child was her first child for him, but it was his 5th child. And so, and okay, number one, and Zari taking Innocent aside to tell him that is wrong. But what made it even wrong was when Zari decides to call Annie over. She called Annie over to tell Annie, oh, I know, like, you've been asking, oh, how do I know your husband? I just want to let you know that we have not slept with each other. We have not been like that. We just know each other and stuff like that. Even I would be. Annie was right for feeling the way that she felt. Like, where's this coming from? I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, you need to stop. Slow your roll. Like, I don't understand. Why you have to tell me this? Why are you telling me this in front of my husband? This is girl talk. And so then you see that they call scene change. Not scene change, but like Annie or Zari calls so they can have like tea to talk it out and stuff like that. And it obviously does not go down well. It does not go down. And you can see they have this argument saying, oh, that, and Annie was right. It's not for you to go tell my husband that I'm insecure. It's not for you to have that conversation with me in front of my husband. That was disrespectful. And Annie was totally right. Zari, that was hella disrespectful to do to anybody, because that's not your spot to go tell anybody's husband that his wife is insecure. That's not Zari's spot at all. At all. That is not, because if I was to go to someone's boyfriend and say, oh, your girlfriend is insecure, like I'm his girl best friend, oh, your girlfriend is insecure, she'd keep doing this and that and this and that. That's not my spot. That's not my spot. That's for him to see, or for Annie to have that conversation with him, or for me to have that conversation with Annie, or for Annie. But at the end of the day, Zari should not have that conversation directly with Innocent. And Annie was right for feeling the way that she felt. But when Annie comes in wrong is when Swanky has them sit down to sort out their issues. And Annie proceeds to lie and says that she's okay and she's accepted Zari's apology. And she knows she did not. She knows she still has problems with Zari. That's when I felt that Annie was now being petty, because you're entitled to feel what you want to feel. But your friend comes to help you sort out these issues. You tell, because Swanky was happy. Swanky was actually, I knew Annie did not accept Zari's apology for what it was. But Swanky was happy because Swanky was like, oh yes, we sorted out this beef. And obviously not because Annie was still upset about it. So much so that we go on to episode 6 and Zari's safari, and they're like, oh, where's Annie? And Annie comes late. Annie comes in the middle of Zari's speech. A little bit before Zari's speech, and say, oh, money makes the world go round. Really? You come late. The person who's always getting on Swanky because Swanky comes late, you come late, and your excuse is the money makes the world go round. You have problems with Zari. She didn't want to acknowledge that. She didn't want to be truthful with herself that she has problems with Zari. And obviously that trickles into at the safari, the Blue Train event, where Zari is giving her speech. And she's like, oh, thank you for honoring my invite. Thank you, I guess, for coming to my trip, if I remember correctly. And Annie and Connie is now acting funny from her speech. I can understand. Connie said, oh, her speech was a bit funny. That's not how. But honestly, at the end of the day, it is Zari's trip. It is her trip. She planned everything. Probably the train isn't hers, but it is her trip. Yes, it might sound a bit narcissistic, but at the end of the day, the way how Zanny and Zar and Annie acted was completely wrong. Because number one, okay, and I can understand where Swanky got upset, because Swanky was not in the midst of it at all. I don't even think Swanky was not even sitting next to them, let alone exchanging glances with them at the end there. But what was wrong was that Zani and Annie is sitting right directly in front of Zari. They're not sitting in the back where Kylie and Naked was, Naked DJ. They were not sitting back there. They were sitting right in the front of Zari. All you see is Annie with her sunglasses. She has brought them down. She's sitting inched up to the front of her chair with her glasses down, exchanging glances with Zani, and Zani's just like, come on, you're being rude now. And then they're like, oh, when Zari called them out, oh, you're trying to make people feel small and stuff like that. No, you guys were being the rude because Zari gave her speech, and now you guys are acting funny. Annie's over here laughing. Like, what you laughing for, Annie? If I was giving a speech, I would have called her out. I would not have been quiet. I would have called it out right then and there, because obviously, since Zari did not call it out right then and there, it caused a problem calling out the next day. Zari, you should have called them out right then and there. I would have, because you're in the midst of my speech laughing, Annie. What's funny? Tell me, what in my speech was so funny? And for Zanny to be, okay, you didn't like the way how she gave her speech. Me, some people give weird speeches, but I'm still gonna clap. I'm not gonna be in front of that person making faces. I'm going to tell them something way after if I'm close with that person. Oh, your speech was a bit funny. You said, oh, this, that, my, I, and stuff like that. It feels that, like, we should feel happy to be here. Like, it didn't feel like you wanted us to be here. It's like, oh, you just was obligated to bring us along. So I would have that conversation with her after. But, like, and then we see after, when they didn't like the trip thing, then they all have that get down, and Swinky and Naked DJ have that big argument, and the big argument wasn't necessary. And then now we go down to the bachelorette party. And we go down to the bachelorette party, and they want to bring up Natty, who comes back from her brand new vacation, and she's just had this conversation with Zanny that Zanny did obviously switch up a bit, because she was saying, oh, Zari was like, thank you for coming to my train. Zari did not say thank you for coming to my train. She said, thank you for honoring my invite. That's what she said. Thank you for honoring my invite. And Zanny goes to Natty and telling Natty, oh, this and that, and stuff like that. And so Natty already don't like Zari, because Zari's a threat to her being with Diamond. So and then now you see at the Annie's bachelorette, Natty wants to be messy, trying to bring up the situation again at Annie's bachelorette party. This is not about Zari. This is about Annie. So why are you bringing it up? Oh, I want to know what happened. Oh, and then she's saying, Connie's saying, oh, this, I'm gonna teach you how to treat your friends. That's condescending. Who teach me what? You don't even know how to treat your friends right. Like, come on, seriously, be truthful with yourself. Show me what. You don't even know how to treat your friends right either. Because Zanny does not like Zari, because Zanny and Zari is very similar. Zanny wants to be the top alpha male of the group, of the friendship group. She wants to know everything. She wants to be the one that people look like. When she first had that party in episode 1, oh my god, she is the queen of bling and stuff like that. Like, Zanny wants to be the popular one, but now since she has invited Zari has sort of now you're in Zari's spotlight. That's how it is now, and Zanny doesn't like that. It's obvious. Zanny's jealous of Zari because of the influence she has around men. And so, obviously, we see they want to bring it up and stuff like that. For what? I don't know. Oh, you were like making people feel small. You made Zari feel small because you was laughing during her speech. Like, what you laughing for? What you making these faces for? Zanny's wig looked like it was slipping off twice. Like, what you laughing for? You should be laughing at your wig slipping off, honestly. But at the end of the day, we're not here to throw stuff at people. But in the Bachelorette, you see Annie comes, Swinky comes, breaks the ice, this tense air. He comes with the air freshener. And then they go right back to the thingy. And then Annie, uninvites Zari. I mean, like, okay, I wouldn't have felt bad anyways, because I don't want to be in this area either. Like, Zanny brought Zari in this environment. She brought her. I'm not going to sit here kissing up to Zari, but Zari is a troublemaker. But in that situation with the safari during her speech, Zari is right to feel that way. You see, Zari told her it was not about making people feel small, and Nabi's like, oh no, don't invalidate her feelings. That's how she feels. Okay, Zari feels wrong, so don't be invalidating her feelings either. If you want to be talking about, oh, don't invalidate people's feelings, you're invalidating Zari's feelings too. But at the end of the day, you guys can watch the whole thing for yourself. But at the end of the day, this show, I'm going to continue to watch season 2 and 3 if I feel up to it. Most likely it's going to take me a while, because this show it's like a lot of stuff to unpack. It's like people treating people wrong and stuff like that. People don't want to take responsibility. I see in season 2 episode, Swinky gets mad again. And so, yeah, it's like what Zari said about Nadie, that Nadie, she doesn't really know anything. She did not go to talk to Zari about what happened. So, but she already having beef with Zari. Oh, I didn't like you when I first saw you. For what? What did you hear? That's what I was asking. What did you hear about me that you don't like me already? I don't know you. You don't know me. How you don't like me already? Like, but this show was crazy. My overall rating, I will give it an 8 out of 10. The filming was good. It didn't look really low budget. It looked not scripted for the most part, but there was a lot of drama. And I would say about Annie is those girls who just like, basically you can tell from the beginning of the episode to the end, Annie was playing prime enemy. No one likes Annie because Annie was too judgmental for Connie of how she treats her daughter and stuff like that. But now since Zari has come in, now they have banded together against Sari because now it's a common my enemy against my enemy. I forgot that term that they say. But yeah, this show was hella crazy. But I suggest you to go watch it on your own, get your own opinions about it. But thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.